Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for that technical difficulty. I really hate when that happens when we experience unexpected turbulence. And so I'm going to have to try to piece this together so it will make sense to those who are simply asking the question on today. That is the purpose of today's show, man. We were flowing, we were flying at our cruising altitude. I want to give those who are with me an opportunity to come back and reboard today's flight. I need somebody, please, sir, please, ma'am, type into the comments, amen, that today we're talking about living. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about living. We're talking about not just existing, but we're talking about living. So please, sir, please, ma'am, amen, take a moment or two, amen. Let people know that we are back. Let people know, amen, that was a technical difficulty, but the purpose of today's show is too important for me to just stop. And so it is very important, amen, that I really help my brothers and sisters, that I help people, amen. And the best way I can help you is to do it by example. And to do it by example, I got to live. I need somebody to type into the comments today as you are being moved and pushed from coach to first class. If I'm speaking directly to you today, I wish you would come clean and type in the comments, I have to live. I have to live. Amen. I am helping everybody else live, but I'm going home and I'm just existing. I'm going home and I'm doing the same old every day. And not because of finances, it's because of me. I am just making myself, amen, exist. This has nothing to do with my money because somebody's watching, somebody's flying with us today. You have the resources, you have the means, you have the credit, you have the cash, but you are just choosing, amen, not to live. And if that is your testimony, I want you to come clean on today. I gotta live, amen. That's our testimony. I shared, amen, before we had, amen, our flight interruption, amen. The good Lord said that we have to work while it is day. I believe in the same context. I can declare and decree I have to therefore live while it is day. While it is day, while blood is still running warm in my body, while I still have activity of limbs, while I'm still in my right mind, I have to live. I'm getting ready to drop something out there today, and I pray that you catch hold to it. The same way seniors have senior citizen centers, we need some young adult centers, amen. We need some places where young adults, mature adults can go, be around like-minded people, amen, play some activities, some games, have some lunch, network, fellowship, amen, do some line dancing. I'm going to say it again. We need some healthy places where we can go and just live, keep that mind stimulated. So once again, before we hit that turbulence, I was asking that question, amen. When was the last time you did something that stimulated your mind? You read a good book just to read a good book. When was the last time you sat and listened to some music, amen? I'm talking cover to cover. You just turn the album over and just listen to the songs. I'm talking about listen to a song to the point where it was just motivating you, allowing you to escape. That's one of my favorite scenes in Shawshank Redemption is when Andy Dufresne locks himself, amen, in the library and he puts on the song and he plays it over the loudspeaker. He knew that was going to get him in trouble. And then they threw him in the hole for 30 days. He comes out the hole and they're asking him, Andy, how was the hole? And he said it was the easiest time ever. And they're going, there's no such thing as easy time in the hole. He said, I had Mozart in my heart. I need to ask somebody today, who's in your heart? When was the last time you allowed some music to take up residence in your heart? That's why I just worry about this current generation because they don't have the soul. Amen. We had soul music, so we were able to have soul music in our heart, soul music in our mind. Talk back to me, somebody. Who's in your heart today? Amen. When was the last time, amen, you heard a song that just made, remember back in the day, you would hear a song and you would say, man, I got to go get that record. You heard a song and you would start saving up money because you had to have that record. When was the last time you heard a song that just made you sit by the radio and you had to sit and just hope that the DJ would play that song? See, we live in a world now where people don't experience that, but you know what I'm talking about because because those songs helped you live. Thank God, amen. That's why to this day, I love McFadden and Whitehead, because every now and then when I need to get motivated, when I need to get encouraged, I listen to Ain't No Stopping Us Now. Every now and then when I need to get motivated, see, I got a lot of songs in me. I'll listen to Power by the Temptations. That's not one of their, you got to be a Temptations fan to know Power. I listen to Power by the Temptations, man. I'm a Doobie Brothers fan, man. What? Michael McDonald has one of the greatest voices of all time to me. So I'll listen to the Doobie Brothers, man. I'll just listen to music that motivate me, encourage me, amen. Again, I keep telling y'all, I'm a Curtis Mayfield fan. Don't play with me, man. I love me some Curtis Mayfield. I listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire for no rhyme or reason, man. I will have my own Earth, Wind, and Fire concert in my office. Why? Because those songs motivate me. Talk back to me, somebody. That's I think music, amen, made a huge mistake when they removed the horn section, because now people make songs without horns. It was something about the horns, man. And so what do you do to stimulate your mind? What are you doing? Is it a book? Is it an album? I love paintings. Y'all didn't know that. Again, my favorite painter all times is Ernie Barnes. I love his work. I can't wait to be in a position where I can just collect his pieces, amen. I have one of his pieces, amen. Somebody gave me a replica of one of his pieces, the drum major. Man, I cherish that piece of art. Why? Because it stimulates my mind. I just look at it. I stare at it. To my right, I have a picture. I have a framed artwork of Muhammad Ali with a piece of tape over his mouth. Some days I just stare at that artwork, amen, to remind me I got to use my voice. I can't be afraid to lose my title, amen, to gain my manhood. Talk back to me, somebody. And so then to my left, to my right, I have Muhammad Ali. To my left, I have a portrait of Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye fought to produce what's going on. Motown did not want to produce what's going on. They felt it was just too militant. It was not the time for Marvin Gaye to switch from being the prince of Motown. Now you want to get militant? No, Marvin, stick to the script. Marvin said, no, I got to write this song, amen. This is a tribute album to my brother who's fighting in Vietnam. And so he dropped What's Going On, which today, in my opinion, is his best work ever. I'm talking to somebody. What are you doing to stimulate your mind? I need somebody to type in the comments, today I gotta live. I need somebody to type in the comments, I gotta do better. Before we hit turbulence, I asked this question. I'm gonna ask it again. 365 days in a year, how many days do you live? 7 days in a week, how many days do you live? 24 hours in a day, how many hours do you live? 60 minutes in an hour, how many minutes do you live? Are we living or just we existing? Or are we just existing? Are we living or are we just sitting around, amen, waiting to see who was at the Puffy party? Are we living or are we just sitting around waiting to see who the next president is? Are we living and are we waiting to see, amen, if the interest rates are going down? If the interest rates never go back down, you got to live. Talk back to me, somebody. If the price of gas never go back down, you have to live. If the price of food never go down, you have to live. As a matter of fact, that might be a good warning sign for you to learn how to grow your own food. Talk back to me, somebody. Price of gas not coming down. Maybe that's a good sign. You need to carpool or you need to ride a bike or use public transportation. Talk back to me, somebody. It's wealthy people in New York don't own a car. There are wealthy people in D.C. don't own a car. Why? Because they use public transportation. Talk back to me, somebody. You gotta live, amen. If the price of homes never come down, make that studio a palace. I just preached this morning. Make whatever roof God give you, make it a home, make it yours, amen. Put a flower outside your door, amen, so you can live. You got to learn how to live. We are existing. We are preparing to die, and that's not God's will. Turn your face to the wall like Hezekiah. I'm challenging somebody today and ask the Lord, extend my time. I'm in my Bible today. Challenge yourself to turn your face to the wall and ask the Lord, extend my time so I could use that time to live, because I've been wasting time. I need somebody to come come clean today. If you know that I know that you know, you've been wasting time. You've been wasting time, amen, worrying about what celebrities are doing, worrying about what your neighbor is doing. Some of you now, you are an empty nester. Your child is grown. Let your child, your children live their life so you can live yours. I wish somebody would come here. Let's have a baby boy moment. Somebody type in the comments, mama gotta live. Amen. Mama need a life too. Amen. Daddy need a life too. You need a life of your own. My boys are grown now. So now, thanks be to God, my boys are grown. I got my sneaker money back. I got my clothing money back. Why? Because I've raised them. They're men. Amen. And I had to mentally remind myself, I don't need to put extra away for my boys. They're not boys. They're now men. Talk back to me. There are some hiccups they're going to face in life, and they got to figure it out as men. Talk back to me, somebody. And so, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite shows all time, even if you're not married, come here, amen. My 4 queens, amen, live single. I'm going to say it again. We are living single. So even if you're not married, amen, learn how to live single, amen. If you ain't single, amen, you have no rhyme or reason not to travel. If you are single, you have no rhyme or reason, amen, not to take advantage of, man, of all the hours in the day. Talk back to me, somebody. And so I'm going to ask this question again. What are you doing to live? The good Lord said, I give you life. I'm going to say it again. I give you life more abundantly. Come here, Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. The Lord said, I give you life. Don't look at being sentenced to life as a curse. God said, I'm sentencing you to life more abundantly. I need somebody to declare and decree again. I'm not talking about what's in the bank. I'm not talking about your FICO score. I'm talking this morning about what is in your mind and in your heart. Are you living? I'm so amazed in the fact that in some ways I live more when I had less. Oh, I just said something. I believe I just said something. Somebody should hit the button, amen, and let the stewardess know, amen, that I just said something. I lived more when I had less. For some reason, amen, now that we have more, we have stopped living. We have more now, and we've stopped living. We have more cars now than we've ever had, but we ain't going nowhere. Talk back to me, somebody. We have more square footage now, but we ain't entertaining nobody. Something is wrong with the picture. We have more access, amen, to places, but we have all of these cameras, amen. We have state-of-the-art movie-like screen cameras on our phone, but we're not taking pictures of new places. Talk back to me, somebody. I wish somebody would type in the comments, I need some new backdrops. You in your driveway, come on, somebody. You know you are tired of taking pictures of just you in your driveway. You know you are tired. Hear me when I say this now. You are too beautiful to just be taking pictures in the bathroom. I'm going to say it again. You are too beautiful. You are too handsome, my brother, to be taking pictures in the bathroom. Get out in this world and get you some new backdrops, amen. And guess what? We've graduated. We're no longer those kids in the clubs, amen. I don't need a fake waterfall background. Now I can go to Niagara. Now I can go to Africa. Now I can go see some real waterfalls. A beautiful waterfall. Get yourself to Kona, Hawaii. We were blessed, amen. The wife and I, we were blessed to do some business in Kona, Hawaii. They said, listen, if you all come handle business, we're going to have 3 days of work, and we're going to give y'all 3 days to play. 3 days y'all going to live on campus. 3 days we're going to set y'all up in a hotel. We had no idea, amen, that the hotel was going to be on a private beach. We had a private beach. They did not tell us we're going to put you in a hotel room where you're going to have his and her balconies. For I had never had that before. Carmen had her balcony. I had my balcony, and we were able to meet in the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to get out there, man. Get you some new selfie backgrounds, man, and live, man. There are so many places, amen. I just lost it. Left Eye from TLC. This was her favorite place to go. I'm gonna see if I can look it up because it just left me. But it is one of my favorite places, amen. To go and visit. It is just so green, amen. If somebody can call that place for me, Honduras. That's it, Honduras. If you have never thought about going to Honduras, let me add that to your bucket list. Please, sir, please, ma'am, consider Honduras. It is so green. I now understand why why she escaped there, why she found peace there, why she found tranquility. Talk back to me. Honduras is so beautiful. My wife is is not a water person. My wife does not get in the water. She likes to go around the water. She does not get in the water. I've taken my wife to every Caribbean island Carnival travels. I'm going to say it again. We are Carnival cruise ship lovers. Amen. We're Carnival cruise ship aficionados. I have taken her to every Caribbean island. Carmen does not get in the water. But when we got to Honduras, I was able to find another private island. So we had a small, private, beautiful island, amen. I got us some beautiful chairs, and before I knew it, my wife was in the water. I'm trying to help somebody. Some of y'all trying to get people to do stuff they've never done before, but you got to put them in atmospheres so they can do things they've never done before. I'm going to say it again. This is why on our HBCU tour, I encourage kids, man, we're going to do stuff you've never done before. When we go to Atlanta, that's why we take over Cascades, because some kids have never been skating. And so guess what? We're going to put on these skates. And guess what? You don't need to go out there. This ain't roll bounce. I don't need you doing flips, but just do a circle. If you don't do anything else, do a circle. Just go around the rink so you can tell people I rolled around Cascades. Talk back to me, somebody. When we get to DC, that's why I tell kids, no, you're not just going to stand at the bottom of the Lincoln. Walk up the steps. Stand where Dr. King stood. Look over at the Washington Monument. That way you can tell somebody you did it. When we're in DC, yeah, we're going to the National Zoo. Why? Because some kids have never seen animals. Amen. And I tell kids, go ahead and get you some popcorn. Feed the animals who you can feed and allow yourself to be able to say, I did it. When we go on our Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi tour, I don't care if you like the Cowboys or not. We're going to AT&T Stadium. We're going to go on the field. Why, Pastor West? Because every child cannot say they played football on a professional football field. And so for that reason, amen, this is why we do that. For those who are going with me to Africa, you're going on a safari. Why? Because you need to see animals in their natural habitat. You need to see how this thing is set up. They lied to us. Those animals are not at war with each other all the time. Everybody respects their spaces. And guess what? The animal that scared me the most, it was not the lion. It was not the cheetah I was walking. The animal that humbled me the most was the elephant. I'm going to say that again. When that elephant came through the trees and I realized how big the elephant is, I ain't talking about the elephant at the Ringling, Barnum, and Bailey Circus. I'm talking about the elephant in Africa. Good morning, Brother Lambert, Big Brother Lambert. Good morning, good morning. Well, I'm talking about that elephant, man. Elephants are huge. Giraffes, man. The giraffes they show us in zoos over here, those are baby giraffes. Giraffes are gigantic. And so the roar of the lion, what they show us in movies and TV, that is not the real roar of the lion will humble you. So ladies and gentlemen, live. I need somebody to type in the comments, I'm going to start living today. Not New Year's. Don't make it a New Year's resolution, because you right now, you got 3 months to get lazy. Don't wait till the new year. You're just going to be lazy starting off your new year. Start today living. I need you to get a paper, amen. Get whatever you need. Get a map, circle something, and dream, start living. Let me show y'all something. Here we go. This is still one of my favorites. Amen. It's a globe, and I'll still spin it, amen. I'll still refer to it because there's so many places I want to go. I still want to go to Australia. My wife wants to go to Switzerland, amen. Still want to see China. Still want to, where else? I know I want to go to. I want to go to Australia. She want to go to Switzerland, amen. I still, again, in Africa, I want to see Kenya. I want to see so many places, man, in Africa. I want to go east, west, amen. I really need to get into Johannesburg. I was there briefly, but I really, really want to see Johannesburg. But I just sit, man. I just spin the globe. I've been spinning globes since I was a little boy. This was always one of my favorite things to do. Never been to Rio de Janeiro. I'm going to say it again, man. So many places, man. To those of you who have never been to Canada, Canada is such a beautiful place to visit, east and west, amen. And so I'm grateful. In the fourth grade, our principal took us to Toronto. I got to see Toronto, Canada. Now, amen, listen, man, listen, if you've never been to Alaska, man, go to Alaska. That's one of my favorite carnival cruises. Why, Pastor West? Because Alaska moves like this. Alaska is not in a rush, and so it relaxes you, man. It's so calming. And then when you're in Alaska, that's when you realize you've never had good crab legs. I'm gonna say it again. You think you eating crab legs right now? Them all you can eat crab legs they giving us in the casinos. I'm telling you, that's the scraps. Real crab legs. Talk back to me. Lift your arm up. When you in Alaska, they give you crab legs the size of your arm. I'm gonna say it again. If you've been to Africa, I need somebody to declare on the trip, amen, I got a witness. When you go to Africa, they give you crab legs and you walking around with a crab leg like it's a lollipop at the carnival. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Lisbon, Portugal. I gotta look that up. Amen. I've never thought about going to Portugal. Thank you, Brother Lambert. See, this is why you need to be with people, and their conversation, their travel will stimulate your mind. I love to be around people, amen, who have pieces, amen. And when you ask them, man, what's the story? Where did that come from? And they say, oh man, I picked that up when I was here. I always thought that was so cool when I was a little boy to be able to hear people say, man, I picked that up, man, when I was here in my travels. I picked that up. And so that's what I'm collecting now, pieces. And so when somebody asks me, man, what's significant to that? Why did you keep that piece? Oh, I was in Zimbabwe when I picked that up. I was having lunch in Barcelona when I picked that up. The wife and I, we went to this Ethiopian restaurant in Barcelona and I picked that up. Amen, somebody. And that's not to be braggadocious, but that's just to encourage people to live. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the whole purpose of today's flight stemmed from this quote that I read. We travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. Again, that was an anonymous quote from the current edition of AARP. Ladies and gentlemen, do not let life escape you. Do everything you can to keep life hostage in your heart, in your mind. Get around some people, amen, who want to live. Amen. Don't live to die. Live to live, and live to experience what when he said life more abundantly. Are we there? Mentally, physically, amen. Do what you can, amen. Let's get active, amen. Let us not give all of our best energy, amen, to work. Let us give our best energy to ourselves. You deserve it. I need somebody to type in the comments today, I deserve it. I need somebody to type in the comments today, I deserve it. And it may be something where you're going to spoil yourself. It may just be a moment where you just really, when was the last time you opened the windows in your home? When was the last time you really smelled a flower? When was the last time, amen, I see my big sister on here, Sister Lisa Whitney. If you don't have some good smells in your house, connect with her. Lisa, put your information out there because people need some Scentsy. When was the last time you really just smelled, amen, God's aroma? Did you hear what I said? I'm not talking about man's aroma, but when was the last time you smelled God's natural aromas? That's why we got to get out more and we got to enjoy nature, amen. Las Vegas is such a beautiful place to live. I got the mountains, amen. I have a lake I can go to. I have Red Rock. When was the last time, amen, you just went and had a picnic for no rhyme or reason? I'm talking about a picnic, amen, where you just went, amen, put a basket together and sat and did nothing, talked about nothing. This is why I love to travel. When me and Carmen travel, we went on a trip one time with some other people, and Carmen said, Kelcey, this ain't how we travel because we're in a rush to do nothing. When Carmen and I travel, sometimes we get off the ship, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we'll just sit on the Lido deck. Well, really not the Lido deck. That's where we just go to have Guy's Burgers. But when we just sit, we normally on deck 4 or 5, and we'll get us a private seat table for two. I'm going to say it again. We'll get us a private table for two, and we'll play Scrabble. And we just sit and talk about nothing. We listen to the band. It don't have to be a major singer. It can be the ship band. And we like to listen to songs like What You Won't Do for Love. What y'all know about that? Do I have any witnesses out there? We'll listen to What You Won't Do for Love. We listen to How Deep Is Your Love by the Bee Gees. I need somebody to come clean today. You don't know nothing about the Serenity Spaces, Cole. That's one of our favorite spots, amen. That's why we be telling people, man, we don't cruise with our children. We don't cruise with our grandchildren because we can't take our grandchildren into the Serenity. And so we do things like that. That's what we do to escape. That's what we do to live, amen. We'll go get us a spa package for two, amen. Get you a couple's massage. Stop playing, amen. You putting lotion on your wife. That ain't the same as a couple's massage. I'm gonna say it again, amen. You just lathering her up, amen, with Vaseline. That is not the same as a couple's massage. You'll thank me later, amen. Make the investment, amen. If you can upgrade to a suite, get you a suite. If you can upgrade, get you a suite and stop staying on the first floor. Am I talking to somebody? Go ahead and elevate your view. That's the problem. Some of us are not living because we're afraid to elevate. We're afraid to invest in us. You invest in everybody else, but you won't invest in you. So again, live. That's it. Live. I'm going to say it one more time. Live. I need somebody to type in the comments. I deserve it. I deserve this next go round. 365 days and you ain't living now one day. 365 days, you working 5 days out of a week and you not even taking 2 days to live. 7 days in a week, you work 5. You only in worship with God, if the truth be told, maybe 2 hours. What are you doing with the other 22 hours on a Sunday? Talk back to me, somebody. How are you worshiping God on a Sunday and you leave worship and don't live? How do you worship God for 2 hours on a Sunday and leave worship and think about dying? How do you leave worship, the presence of God, and not want to think about ways to live? Man, live, please, ladies and gentlemen. This is my testimony. I don't want to have any more sad conversations. I don't want to sit and talk about woe is me stories. I don't want to entertain murmurers and complainers. Why? Because those moments don't help me live. I am living today. Watch this. It is early in the morning, but watch this. Watch this. I love you so much. One is on me. Amen. Amen. Let me get it in the screen. One is on me. This is my cigar case. My wife blessed me. Amen. So when I travel, I got a good cigar on me. Amen. This one is on me. Get you some friends. Amen. Get you some people. Amen. It don't matter what time it is. If somebody want to meet me, I wish I had time right now. If I didn't have to finish, when I finish, I got to do some work. But later today, amen. Listen, this one is on me. This one is on me. I would light it. Amen. But I'm not going to light it because Carmen watching and I'm in the house. Amen. But outside of that, man, find you a place where you can enjoy the things you want to enjoy. I'm going to say it again. If you know people don't like the stuff that you like, why are you inviting them? Why are you inviting them? And if we're really friends, you're not going to be upset when I do stuff with other people because you don't like it. I'm going to say it again. One of my best friend, Kevin, amen. Kevin is not a dancer. Everybody, we're dancers. Kevin is not a dancer. We never lost friendship because I was at the dancery with somebody else. Listen, real friends understand you got to do what you got to do to live. I'm not a wrestler. Kevin is a wrestler. So I never got upset when Kevin was hanging with the wrestlers. Right now, Kevin is a proud member of Omega Psi Phi. I'm not Greek. So when Kev is with his brothers in the purple and gold, I'm not in my feelings because I'm happy my boy is living. I'm happy he's a part of something that's stimulating his mind. I need to put this out there today. This wasn't even in my notes, but I feel like I need to say it. What's happening, Sister Tamiko? Keep living, girl. Listen, I need to put this out there. Man, listen, you got to kill jealousy, man. You got so many jealous people around you, and now that jealous spirit is keeping you from living. You got so many jealous people around you. Now you're afraid to put your pictures out there. You're afraid to show people what God is doing. So this is what you are doing. You are allowing the jealousy in other people's heart to keep you from giving God glory. God is allowing you to see beautiful people, places, and things, and you are watering the experience down because you're worrying about what people gonna say. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say it one more time. It is early in the morning, amen. And I put on what I want to put on. I say what I want to say. Why? Because I'm living. That's what I'm doing. I'm living. I'm writing every day fresh rhymes over dope beats. Why? Because I've made up in my mind I am going to live. I went through a mental bout where I was planning my funeral. Went through a mental situation where I was writing out, amen, every part of my service. I was driving down the street, amen, in my own service. Guess what? Not only is the devil a lie, but I was a lie. I am living to live. I need somebody to type that in the comments. I am living to live. Put some clothes on today. Wash your face. Do your own hair, amen. Live today. I'm talking to somebody. Get creative today. Go somewhere you've never been before. Even if you can't, if you don't have no money, somebody put this in the comments. We window shopping today. Somebody put this in the comments. When was the last time you window shopped? When was the last time you went to a high-end place and just tried on something? I may go try on some minks today. I'm feeling minkish today. Amen. That's my word. You heard it here on the Takeoff Show. I'm feeling minkish today. Amen. We're about to get into the cold months. I may have to take a trip back to Michigan. So let me go ahead and try on a mink coat. Tamika, they still wearing minks in Detroit? Let me know, amen, what type of coats they wearing now. Because the last time I lived in Michigan, it was mink coats. It was Max Julian furs, amen. But I'm feeling like I need to try on something new. What was the coat my man had on in American Gangster? Because when we went to Alaska, we went to a place. Somebody type it in the comments. What was that coat he had on? Oh my goodness. What was the black, gray, and white? Because when I was in Alaska, I tried that coat on, but I can't remember what type of fur that is. Somebody type it in the comments. But nevertheless, try on something. There are times when I window shop, man, I'll go in Gucci. Can I try these on in size 10? I walk in like I got $1 million. Man, please, sir. Man, I try these on in size 10. Thank you. Amen. Window shop today. Amen. Get old school. I wish you would just, amen, get in your car and live today and just go around saying that's mine. I wish you, amen, you know what a great date is for me and my wife? We'll go look at model homes. That's a date for us. We get dressed up and we like to go look at model homes. Amen. And just dream, amen. Yes, we just bought a house. What does that have to do with us dreaming? This home has nothing to do. Us purchasing this home did not stop us from dreaming about another house. Some of you have stopped dreaming. Some of you have stopped dreaming and you are existing. No, I don't believe, amen. Listen, the dream is so important. Why did God give us that ability? Why would I stop something God placed in me? God has given me the ability to dream. Chinchilla. That's it, big sister Lisa. The chinchilla, amen. And so, amen, when I was in Alaska, I tried on the chinchilla, amen. They had chinchilla coats. They had reindeer coats, amen. And I tried it on. I need somebody to come clean today. What have you been wanting to try on? Some of y'all don't have no idea, amen, what it feels like. Just go try it on. I didn't say buy it. I didn't say put yourself in debt. I didn't say charge it. I said go try it on. How do you know whether or not you like those shoes? You've never tried them on and you keep telling people I can't afford them. I didn't ask you that. I said, do you want to try them on? I used to work at 9 West shoe stores, and this is what we were taught. We were always taught, bring out 2 extra pairs of shoes. Bring out the shoe that she wants and then bring out 2 more pairs. So I would always bring out 2 more pairs that cost more than the first pair. And then I would say, listen, just try it on. If you don't like it, I just take it back. And so 9 times out of 10, she would try on another pair of shoes and say, they feel so good. I'll take these too. I need somebody to understand, amen, that there are some things out there that feel good, but you don't know about it because you won't try it. I want to thank God this morning for a former boss of mine, Sam Eigen. When I worked for Ultrazone, the laser tag center, that was my first marketing job outside of interning at R&R Advertising. Sam Eigen he's an entrepreneur. And so he would travel, bring back pieces. I would always ask him how much stuff costs. And he would say, Kelcey, stop asking me about how much stuff costs. He said, moments are priceless. Did y'all hear what I said? That's a quote. Moments are priceless. Memories are priceless. And then we would go to restaurants, and this is what he taught me. Put your menus away. He said, put your menus away. He said, I'm buying, put your menus away. And so one day he said, I want you to try calamari. I said, I don't like calamari. He said, have you ever had it? I said, no. He said, so how you know you don't like it? I've been eating calamari since that lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you have told yourself you don't like stuff and you've never tried it. I can't tell you how many people will never go to Africa because they've told themselves they don't like to fly that long. But until you fly that long and until you upgrade how you fly, you don't know what it feels like to be able to fly and lay down at the same time. Some of you have no idea what it feels like to fly and have a full screen in front of you with music and games and books because you've never tried it. Some of you don't know what it's like to fly, and as soon as you get on the plane, somebody's asked you, what would you like to eat and drink? Some of you have never flown, and as soon as you got on the plane, they're asking you, what type of champagne would you like? So please, ladies and gentlemen, stop vetoing God's blessings. Stop vetoing God's way of expanding, broadening your horizon. How dare you ask God to enlarge your territory and you've stopped dreaming? So ladies and gentlemen, please don't take this existing way of living into a larger territory. But ladies and gentlemen, learn to live, and learn to live not just your best life, but learn to live God's life. Learn to live the life that God has planned for you to live. Tap into it today. Seek him with your whole heart. Let him, amen, motivate and stimulate your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again in the words of Sly Stone. Thank you for letting me be myself. And ladies and gentlemen, I personally want to thank everybody who has been walking with me, those who are understanding why in this season of my life I have to say no just as much as I say yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say thank you. Thank you to everybody, amen, who understands we only have one life to live. So ladies and gentlemen, take the life God has given you and live it. Live it to the point where you can declare and decree, I am living life more abundantly. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't officially know how many hours are left today, but why don't you take one of them? Take one of them and do something you've never done before. Take just 1 hour, amen, and start jotting down a new bucket list. Take 1 hour, amen, today, and don't put finances next to it. Just dream. Take 1 hour today and cut up some pictures out of a magazine. Cut out some pictures from a magazine, not just to make a vision board, but to make a real to-do list. I'm challenging you today to live and see if your blood pressure don't go down. See if that headache don't go away. See if your sleep patterns don't change. I double dog dare you today. Again, do me a favor. If you see me enjoying a cigar, don't you come sit next to me, amen, I'm murmuring and complaining. Don't you come sit next to me, amen, and trying to engage me in a conversation that's going to kill, amen, the moment I'm having. And so, ladies and gentlemen, do what works best for you. Matt, did I see Matt Banks on here? Matt Banks, that's one of my fellow Michael Jackson fans. Take you a moment today, amen, and pull out the classics of your favorite artists. I double dog dare you to just allow yourself to escape in some music today. Because there's a generation that will never understand, amen. They will never, ever get to experience, if they did the experience when he was alive, what it was like to be at a Frankie Beverly concert. There are people today, amen, who will never get to experience Prince for 2.5 hours. There are people living today who will never get to experience Michael Jackson. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we got to help these artists live. We got to help propel artists, amen, to create moments, amen. And ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. When you go to concerts, put your phone down. Put your phone down, because the energy is off in concerts. And the energy is off in concerts because the artists are on stage and the audience now can't scream because they don't want their voice to be on their recording. The audience now can't clap because they're being too still trying to film the concert. And so, ladies and gentlemen, concerts now are not like they used to be. I miss concerts, amen, when people would go crazy. I miss concerts, concerts, amen, when artists had you feeling some type of way. Amen. That's a whole nother show. Back in the day, Bobby Brown had me in my feelings because they were screaming something terrible for Bobby Brown. Amen. I'm talking about the first, that original Keith Sweat tour. I know people be trying to make jokes about Keith Sweat now, but in 1989, when Keith Sweat came out, that 89, that triple threat tour with Keith Sweat, Johnny Gill, and BBD, man, they had me in my feelings. I'm talking about before the charges, that 12-play tour with R. Kelly, man, that crowd was electrifying, amen. And so I'm yearning for those moments where I can just be in the presence of people who just want to have a good time. That's why I appreciate Anita Baker when she came to Las Vegas. She told people, man, put your phone down. Let's enjoy this moment together. Ladies and gentlemen, put your phone down, man. Scream as loud as you want to scream. I was at the New Edition concert, the one I went to by myself. It was some ladies standing in back of me, and they said, man, can we have your phone? I said, cool. They said, we got to film you because you dancing. You know all the steps. And so guess what? Film me, because guess what? I'm dancing, and I'm doing all the steps, amen, because I came to dance, amen. When I pick my tickets, when I go by myself, I pick tickets so I can be on the corner. I want to be on the end seat so that way if I can step out into the aisles, I can dance. And those of you who are ushering at the New Edition concert, let us dance, amen. We can't block no aisles. We can't dance. Listen, we've paid too much money not to dance. And so artists create spaces for people to dance. At the end of the New Edition show, they were doing the electric slide. We couldn't do it because we couldn't get in the aisles, man. Y'all fix that on the next go round. And I'm hoping to see y'all in November when you come back, and in February when you come back. Pastor West, motivational pilot, you gonna go see New Edition again and again? You better believe it. Why? Because I'm living. It's my money. I work for my money, and I'm going to spend it the way I desire. Talk back to me, somebody. You choose, amen, to eat Chick-fil-A every day. I take my Chick-fil-A money and I save it so I can go to the New Edition concert. Talk back to me, somebody. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I do. Do what you're going to do and live, but put that phone down. Scream as loud as you need to scream. Clap as loud as you need to clap. And dance as hard as you want to dance. Even if you can't dance, enjoy yourself. I'm going to say it again. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to close with this story, man. I may be able to find the picture, the video. This is a real moment. Talk to my wife. She'll tell you. We were on a cruise ship. We're landing the plane, but I'm going to leave y'all with the story. This is how I live. This is how I stay in the moment. We were on a cruise, and the band, they went into Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. And so there's a band playing. The dance floor is packed. My wife and I, we were sitting on level 3, level 4, so we're looking down at the dance floor. I tell my wife, I say, excuse me, I'm going to go to the restroom. Instead of going to the restroom, I went around to the glass elevator because I had made up in my mind what I was going to do. I get in the glass elevator, and I start dancing Michael Jackson like as the elevator is coming down. I get off of the elevator on top of the band because now you have steps you can walk down. So now I get off the elevator dancing. People are starting to see me dance. The band thinks the audience are clapping and screaming for them, but they're clapping and screaming for your boy. I'm dancing not for the crowd. I'm dancing for my wife. And so now I'm dancing. Now we got the boat, amen, rocking with us. Finally, the band looks over their shoulder. They see me dancing. They start playing harder. For the rest of the cruise, people knew me as the guy that was doing Michael Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a moment. That was a moment. And guess what? It cost me nothing. It cost me absolutely nothing to dance to my favorite artist. It cost me absolutely nothing to let my wife know I'm thinking about you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I've said all of that to simply say on this day, do what you want to do. You're too grown to be childish with your dreams. You are too grown to make yourself stay in the house. You are too grown to be putting yourself on punishment. You are too grown. Talk back to me, somebody. You are too grown not to spend your birthday money. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be grown with our dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying with me today on the Takeoff Show. It's time for me, amen, to go to one of my other jobs. Amen. You all be blessed. And if the Lord say the same, I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Takeoff Show. Be blessed.